Coach, 2 games in the books.
Yeah.
How'd you feel about what you saw at Ball State?
Well, the ones I thought showed improvement in some areas we worked on hard. Play action passing was a negative at Notre Dame. I think we were 11 of 14 on play action with those guys. Third down, their numbers were better. You take the 2s in our third down, we still were struggling, but we kind of separated the 1s and the 2s in that situation. And in the red zone, we did punch a couple in, but there were still 2 drives that I thought we could have finished better than we did. So we saw improvement against Ball State. Those are areas we're still going to work hard on to get better as the season goes on. But pleased with the efficiency, and obviously BJ had an outstanding night taking care of the ball and distributing it to about 9 different receivers, I believe.
You still a couple in the red zone, a little bit of issue still.
Yeah, you know what? It's 2 things. I think there's 2 things that go into that. We're having long drives. The drives are starting on like the minus 25, 30, and they're 9 and 10 play drives. So I think there's a little bit of the duration of a drive. If you look at most scoring opportunities, they're not 9 and 10 play drives. There's big play triggers in there, so we got to sustain those drives. And on the second part, our run game consistency is where I want it. We're running the ball decently, but we're not nearly consistent enough. And I got to call more passing plays. I got to let, a year ago you come out of the season, okay, let's protect this thing. BJ's growing in the position. Well, he's shown that he can protect the ball a little bit. So we got to take some maybe more shots on early downs and give him a chance to open up some lanes in the running game with the pass game. So there's more than one answer to it, but it's something that we're still growing into. We have shown improvement, but we're not where we want to be by any means.
Todd, Coach Shankweiler was talking about the challenges that Florida A&M's defense presents just because they're just about blitzing every down.
Yeah, they are.
And just, again, it's not a Big East caliber opponent, but just in terms of the style of play, what that does to prepare you guys.
Well, it limits. Anytime a defense does that to you, I don't care who you're playing, it makes you limit your package because you got to be able to put a hat on a hat. And that would be the most critical thing in the game. If you can do that, there's seams. There's run lane seams, there's passing seams out there, but they can also make you look foolish if you're turning people loose. So it's going to be an assignment challenge. Physical matchups, they have some good players, but it's not like we're not overmatched physically. So it's going to be critical that we get fundamentally sound up front. They can redirect and block the movement, and we have our protection set the right way that we can pick up the hats that they bring.
Are they slanted towards a run or pass blitz necessarily?
I don't think they just call them. So right now, yeah, they just call them. The first 2 games, it's like 70 and 68% pressure. And he's calling them all downs and distances and just rolling them. So every time you call plays, we go into this game, you have to assume something's coming after you. Now you get your feet on the ground, you feel how they're playing it. Maybe they'll play us a little bit more conservatively like they did a year ago. We'll feel that out. But early in the game, you have to call your plays assuming something's coming.
Is that a situation where maybe BJ could make them look foolish in return with his foot speed?
We hope so, yeah. If they miss a gap or they miss a rush lane, that will provide some big plays. Like I said, if you can hat it up, there are seams in there. So if you do that a couple times, that tends to calm people down.
After watching the film from the Ball State game, was there anything besides the stats that stood out to you, like some extra positives that you may have not?
I think the efficiency of the first group overall, for 2 weeks we've been very assignment sound. We have very few mistakes with our first group, which is pleasing because the guys are picking it up mentally. And I think we're getting people involved. I think, like I said, 9 or 10 people caught balls. We got Darryl a little bit more on track, which was we want to do obviously with his running talents. And some people are continuing to grow. Evan Landy in his role continues to grow. Shields has been very good for 2 weeks. The experiment with Chaz Hines, the center, has been a tremendous success for us. So there are positive besides numbers in how individuals have responded to their role and how they're growing.